of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. But now it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
First down, Panthers. Don't get nervous.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And he gets this one inside the 15, too shy of the 10. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on second and long. Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. A big play there on the catch and run. 89 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not running the risk an injury. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here now. Obviously, it's the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Forced out to his left.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Bridgewater from his end zone on third down. Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On second and 10, Bridgewater. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Gets past one man. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's real. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a give right side. Huntley. A big play there for the Panthers. And even 80 yards. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Throwing here, Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Trent Murphy in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left.
And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure what... And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater here to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Carolina, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year. The skid has hit 13 in a row on the season. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.